Look how shiny this burgundy plum is. You can't get that in the store. Amazing. Hello everyone, this is Moses from Zaatar Gardens. Look at the little birds are fighting up there. Oh, does he have an egg in his mouth? I think that hawk had an egg in his mouth. Okay, back to this. Hello, this is Moses from Zaatar Gardens. Man, that really screwed me up right there. But anyways, we have a heat wave going on here in California, especially in Southern California. San Diego 105, great beach weather. And Glendale, California, where I have some of my family members that live there, Los Angeles County, 114 a day. That's crazy. Here in Central California, we're in the mid-90s. It's cooling off pretty quick too. It's about 85 right now, 80 degrees. 7 o'clock at night. Air conditioner in the background. My apologies, but that's how it is. So, but here in Central California, middle to late summer, we get consistent 95 plus degrees every day. You'll see in the weather 102, 103, 101, 102, 105, 199, 98, 105 in the straight week. So we have to think a little differently here in Central California because we don't want to be watering all day long. I've done some videos in the past, 2 of them I think, about how showing my water bill and how it's half the usage of the average use of in my city, the average resident uses. I get a lot of questions about that and how to deal with that, and it looks like it's going to be another hot summer maybe. I'm not too sure for Central California, but Southern California, if you guys are watching, guys and gals, you may want to do some different stuff there. And I know there's a lot of hard pan and a lot of loose soil, loose sand soil, so once you water something, it just drains out quickly. So these little tips will probably help you out, so I'll go through them rather quickly. One is wood chips, like I've always spoke about throughout my YouTube channel. Average about 6 to 7 inches of wood chips in this garden. Avocado and sapotes have about a foot deep of wood chips. Some places in the avocado areas, 2 avocado trees, some places where you step, you could fall into the soil 6 to 7 or almost a foot deep into the soil if you're not careful. Most like these places here. You just step right in. There's 2 avocados. You step right in, and it will just keep on sinking. Prior to this, it was just hard pan here, so the soil became nice and loose and soft. A lot of questions I get is, how do you know, Moses, when to water? You know, if you're using a lot less water, how do you know when to water? And I'll tell them that the trees speak to me. Not that I'm a tree whisperer, but let's say for this apple, for instance, the tip of the branch will start bowing down, excuse me, and they'll tell me that it's dehydrated. Then I'll water. Without that, I don't water it. It needs to tell me it's thirsty. Okay, and that's other things you can do is mimic the forest. Before I started doing this long ago, long ago, when I was 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, I used to love hiking and walking in the forest, and I used to love looking at pictures of forests. And I lived in Central California, so I was surrounded by farms, and I would see farms like peach tree, so forth, almonds, everything grows here, so whatever variety you like to say. And that was it. And it was just bare ground underneath. But when you go to a forest, it's a tree, and then ivy and moss and stones like my pavers, you know, blocks and boulders and other things growing around it, so you couldn't see the soil anywhere. In, like, let's say Yosemite, you can't see the soil. You got to break through a lot of vegetation to get through the soil. And that's the other key that I do. Every tree that I have has herbs around it. Right over here, the sapotes has hyssops, thyme. There are blueberries underneath that are still producing nice blueberries for me, even though it's kind of hot. That's the last one that has blueberry. Oh no, I have some more on the other ones, but regardless. Blackberry to produce, give shade for the avocado. You know, mimic nature. Nature has ground cover all over the place. All over the place. Like my pomegranate and fig tree and other plants that are here have the purple tree collard as the ground cover. My kumquat that I have here has my Zaatar plants, Oreganum syricum, Syrian oregano, to block out all this direct sun that's coming from this angle. All that is being absorbed by that plant, so it doesn't get to the root system of this kumquat, which is flowering. My son's favorite thing to eat. So I have to really protect this, because if we don't get any fruit this year, he's gonna get angry. You can see my hose. You can see my hose. Now this hose, when I water, it's on trickle, like it's just barely dripping out of that hose. So I'll leave it there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, till it's all saturated, and I won't water again for another 7 to 10 days. But there's all these little other tricks you can do, you know. But the big trick is covering your ground. It's the best soil in the world, anyone can agree, is the forest soil. Well, why is it the best? Because it's always covered, it's always shaded, it's never drying out, or as much at least as possible, you know. I understand there's droughts, but a farm without watering it will dry out a lot quicker than a forest without rainfall. But everything helps, you know, like even my asparagus is still growing out. Here's asparagus stalk right here. You zoom in, you see the tip right there going down? That's going to be pulled out tonight. There's a lot more in this asparagus patch of growing. You know, it doesn't stop growing. Before wood chips, I was a slave to my garden. After wood chips, my garden works for me. I don't want to call my garden my slave. That's derogatory. Even though they're plants, I love them a lot. So, just because it's going to be a hot summer again doesn't mean you can't have a great garden. This is a goji berry flower. So, happy gardening, everyone. Bye.